Hey, I'm Mr. Bahork, and today I want to show you how to make a scatter plot and a trend line, or a line of best fit slash linear regression line on your TI-73 calculator. So let's get started. First things first is you're going to want to hit the list button so that we can actually enter in some data, because we want the scatter plot to read some X values and some Y values. And the data I'm getting is the average ticket price and then the number of admissions in millions for the movies. So let's get going. So in 1990, tickets were $4.23. So let's see how I can type on here. This is the first time I've actually used this. 423. All right, and then in 1992, 415. So this is the tedious process right here. If you don't type in something right, it'll all be wrong. And look, see, I just did it as we were speaking. It's supposed to be a decimal, 418. Here we go, 442. And in 1998, $4.69. All right. So now we're going to move over to the second list, and we're going to type in the number of admissions in millions. So this is a lot. So 1. Oh, great.
Roberto, please come to the office. Por favor, venga a la oficina.
Okay, well, anyways, so we're entering the data here in the second list, and these are obviously really, really big numbers, because remember, these are supposed to be in millions. So we're at 1996 right now, that's 1339, and then finally 1998, 1481. Okay, so you notice that the number of values in my first list matches up with the number of values in my second list. They have to match up, otherwise you're going to get an error later on. So make sure that it does. So from this screen, we want to go ahead and let's quit. Let's go back to the home screen, second mode to quit. And now we're going to go to second y equals. And the reason why I want to go here is because we want to plot our data. We want to make a scatter plot. So the plot right now is turned off, but we want to turn it on. So hit enter, and you'll see that it should say on. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Second y equals, enter, turn it on. There we go. And you don't need to change any of the rest of these. Type, X list, Y list. Okay, these are all by default set on Scatterplot. So the plot's turned on, the data is entered, let's graph. And you'll notice that there's nothing there. Well, that's because it's not zoomed in on where the points are. If you notice, X only goes up to 10, but if you look at our X values, they're like 4 point something, and then the Y values go up to 10. The Y values go well past 1,000. So let's zoom in on our data. So we're going to hit zoom and then zoom stat, because we're working with statistics. So zoom 7. And there is our nice, pretty data. And you can see that it has a nice positive correlation there. It's not perfect, but it definitely is a positive correlation. Now let's talk about how to get the trend line. To get the trend line, we want to hit second list and scroll over to calc. We want to pick option 5 because that's the linear regression. It's called a line of best fit. And you'll notice it says AX plus B. That reminds us of MX plus B. I'm really not sure why the calculator uses an A instead of an M, but we'll just go with it. So hit enter, and there is the equation of our line. Our slope is 513 point yada yada yada, and our y-intercept is negative 929 point yada yada yada. Now, from here you can actually write all of this down on paper, and that's your line of best fit. Just write y equals a x plus whatever b is. Okay, and that will be your line of best fit. That's the whole line. What we want to do though is we want to graph it, and we want to see what it looks like. So hit y equals, make sure you hit y equals. And your calculator has a way of kind of copying and pasting with that line of best fit. So you can type it in, you can like write it down and then just type in each number here, or we could copy and paste it. So here, that's what we're going to do here. We're going to get second apps, and you have to be in the y equals screen for this to work. Second apps, and then we're going to scroll down to statistics, scroll over to EQ because we want our equation, and we want the regression equation or a line of best fit. So hit enter. And it plugs it in for us. So let's hit graph and see what that looks like. And there it is. You can see it's got a nice line, linear line through that. Actually, it looks like it hits 2 points dead on. So that's pretty good. Now, what we want to do with this is we want to make some predictions. Right? Let's say I want to know what the number of admissions would be if the ticket price was, let's say, $5. So all the ticket prices I plugged in were like $4.23, $4.15, $4.18, $4.42. So I wonder how many people would be going to the movies if I said like $5. So let's see. So we're gonna go and set our table. So second window is what we hit, second window. And we want to set our table. It's gonna build a table for us. So like a table of X and Y values, where you tell it what to plug in, and it'll tell you what the Y value is based on your equation. So, and that's your line of best fit. So instead of having it start at 0, what that means is that when you set up the table, the first X value will be 0, and it'll show you what you get when you plug in 0. Why not have it start at 5 for $5? So let's see what happens. Hit second graph, and there it is. So our trend line predicts that about 1,636,600,000 people will be going to the movies if the ticket price is $5. So if that may be kind of accurate, but take a look at some of these numbers as we go up. Let's set our table to something else. So second window, and let's see they started charging $10 for a movie ticket. Okay, or how about, you know what? No, let's make it $12. Okay, $12. So let's see how many people would end up going to the movie based on our prediction. Okay, so about 5,229,000,000 people. That's almost the number of people on the planet. That's a good chunk of people, and that's not exactly accurate. When they go up to 18, look, that's more people that are on the entire planet. 17 is more people on the entire planet. So this is obviously not super accurate, and that gives you an idea of what trend lines are used for. It's used to make short-term predictions, not far off into the future predictions. Okay, businesses, when they use a trend line, they don't say like, oh, well, based on this projection, in 90 years, that we must be making like billions of dollars. It doesn't happen like that. It's only used to make short-term predictions. So you can see that when you plug in something that's a little bit too far away from the rest of the data, see how this X is 12 and all of our X values are on 4, okay, the trend line gets less and less accurate. All right, I'm Mr. Behork, and I hope that was a helpful tutorial on how to use your TI-73 calculator to make scatter plots and trend lines.